So we are on. Yay! Here we are.
Excellent. Hey everybody.
Hi. Hi there. We don't have a selfie stick.
No.
So my arm is a selfie stick, but just want to say hi from UX Poland, yeah, which is held in Warsaw. Today there are workshops with Jeff.
Mm-hmm.
Jeff, I don't have your book with me, but I should have your book.
I was going to say, I gave you one not too
yeah,
long ago.
I know. And then I need to have your autograph on with this book. Yeah.
I'd be happy to do it.
Yeah.
I'd be happy to do it.
I guess that there are some people who did this already.
They did. A few people have
Yeah.
signed. I've lined up, and I've signed some books, which has been fun. But,
Yeah.
I'm happy to sign yours.
Okay, so this is Jeffa Gothelfa.
Yeah, Gothelf.
Yeah, it's very important to spell it correctly, and and we are having today workshop on Lean UX today at UX Poland, the whole day workshop, and I went through your Twitter account and saw your pinned tweet about being humble,
Mm-hmm.
and I guess we need to say that you're a kind of famous person in UX field. So my first question to you: are you still humble?
I'm as humble as it gets. Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, look. I believe everything I write. I don't make stuff up, and I think that it's important to always be learning, right? To always agile and has this concept of a beginner's mind, right? So you always have this beginner's mind. So you're always eager to learn and try new stuff, and that's where humility comes from, right? It's this kind of natural sense of curiosity that says, I don't know everything. I know some stuff. I do, I don't know everything, but a natural sense of curiosity that allows you to explore and to be open to new ideas and to challenge the things that you believe. And I think that. So yeah, absolutely.
You are working with a lot of companies, right?
I am.
And are they humble? They want to. It's I guess really hard to be humble. I guess in everyday lives, not only in work and in normal life even. So.
Very few companies
Okay.
behave in a humble fashion. Very few executives behave in a humble fashion. Those that do see tremendous rewards and feedback from their team that this is exactly how they'd like to be treated and how they'd like to be spoken with and managed. There's nothing wrong with being humble, especially in a digital world. It just means that, look, I have a vision for as an executive, right? I have a vision for where we should go. I have a sense of a strategy that I think will take us there. But all being humble means is that I'm open to being wrong. If you can prove to me that I'm that I had a bad idea, I'm willing to admit that it was a bad idea. That's the only difference, really. And it's such a big difference because we teach our executives that they have to be right, and we almost expect them to be right. And it's a different kind of culture. And it's rare. It's very rare.
Okay. So, how would you teach, or maybe what's your argument to say that design is a process? Because many of companies thinks that developing a software is a process and it needs takes time, but I guess that when we are, for example, designing an interface for something, lots of companies thinks that it takes, for example, 2 or 3 months, it's done, and then the whole thing is to develop a good code for the product.
Yeah.
So what's your argument for these companies? Why they should treat design as a process, as an iterative process?
Well, I think it's naive to think that you can separate design from coding or from copywriting or from research or any of those things, and to carve it out into its own phase and then assume that it's done is also it's indicative of an old-fashioned mindset. I think the nature of software, the way that we consume software today, on our devices and on the web and other channels, allows that experience to evolve continuously. And so we're never really done.
Yeah.
There's always this continuous optimization and improvement. And to say that we're finished essentially means that we're done working for the customer. Right? And customer expectations change, customers change, markets change.
Yeah, everything's changed.
Everything changes, right? And so I think to assume that you're finished is naive. Now you can continuously do design and engineering and product management and the rest of it, so that you're always reacting and responding to whatever it is that's changing. But to say, hey, the design is done, let's not touch it, that feels short-sighted.
Today's workshop is not about what features put into a product, but to know when we are successful with building, right?
Yes.
So it's a mind shift, I guess, for many companies to learn the difference between these two strategies.
And to be fair, it is eventually about features, right? We have to build something at some point.
Yeah.
But as far as I'm concerned, that's the last piece of the conversation that we should have. The first few pieces should be focused on, is there a customer?
Yeah.
Are we solving a real problem? Is there value in the way in actually solving this? And then it's like, okay, how do we then solve this? And how do we continue to improve that experience? So features ultimately, but not first.
Okay. Do you have some example, your favorite example of a company who has a lean UX approach?
My favorite example, I think the one that I'm seeing, the company that I've been working with, that I've seen the most progress on, is a company in the UK called AutoTrader.
Okay.
AutoTrader UK. They've done tremendous work, both in the process as well as culture aspect, to build small cross-functional teams, to give them the tools to continuously deliver software, and to learn from their audience in whatever way they can. They don't inhibit them in any way from going and talking to customers or running experiments or that type of thing. Really impressive, the work that they're doing. And I think in the US, there's a lot of progress from another, interestingly, car-related company called CarMax out of Richmond, Virginia, where they are a car store. They have big, huge car stores all over the US, but they also have a digital presence, and they're doing amazing work to link the physical and the digital spaces together using these techniques. And they blog about it, they write about it, they do really interesting.
I know it's hard to generalize or make a general assumptions on some issues, but if I ask you about one golden UX rule that you try to share with everybody, anyone you meet, what would it be?
Talk to your customers. I mean,
just like that.
That's easy.
Simple as that, and hard as that.
And rarely done.
Yeah.
Again, I mean, so yeah, bring the customer into a regular conversation, not just this one. Don't do this event where you talk to 15 customers and then don't talk to them again for another 9 months, right? Talk to 3 customers every week. Just make sure you've got a regular conversation going.
And I guess this is the most important thing for me from our chat, because lots of clients, lots of companies in Poland do user research, but do it for once, right? For example, at the very beginning of the project, and they don't iterate, they don't come back to customers, then they don't ask them again. So the regular research because the most important, I guess.
Again, like we said before, customers change. So you can assume that you've got a good view of the world the first time you talk to them, but to assume that view stays consistent is short-sighted. Again.
So not only talk to your customers, but regularly talk to
every week. Look.
Every week.
Every week.
You heard, Jeff. Every week.
That's right. No, it's key. I mean, it's as important as writing code. It's as important as designing. What you're doing is you're always getting some kind of feedback, objective feedback from the market that says, hey, this is still a good idea, or maybe that's not such a good idea, or you should rethink that, and that's important because software is complicated.
That's all from me. I hope that you enjoy your time in Poland.
I am, very much. Thanks for having me. This is terrific.
Thanks for being here. Thanks for sharing.
My pleasure.
Okay, so good luck. See you around over here.
Okay.
And thank you.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
See you.